My mom has has one of those annoying Alexa home tablet things, right?
Yeah.
And it scrolls prompts of how to use it. Like, hey Alexa, tell me a joke, right? So yesterday it had a prompt. What was the name of Han Solo's clone? The actual answer is Han Duo. But I think the answer should be Me Too.
That's so bad.
There's layers to that joke.
Oh my gosh. Collin's getting there. He'll get
Han Solo, Me Too. Han Solo, Han Duo. Han Duo?
He's about to do
Me
like
Too?
a smash poem with this right now to make sense of it.
I don't fucking know. I don't get it. Han Duo? Me Too? You'd fuck Han Solo?
No.
What?
Carrie Fisher did though.
He would fuck himself. That's the point. That's the point of the joke.
You're retarded.
That was retarded. That was retarded.
Like Han Duo wasn't retarded.
Alexa's retarded.
Yes.
The doorbell. Alexa, turn off the lights. Like, hit the light switch, bro.
I really hope
why.
we're setting off someone's Alexa.
That would be so funny.
I want it so bad.
Jacob's wanted to do that for so long.
Ever since we started.
Xbox, turn off.
Oh no.
Do you have the Kinect camera on? You old man. Because they used to do that. The Kinect was so bad, but it was really funny.
People's Xboxes still turn off like that. There's tons of people that still have their connected because they don't buy new shit.
Why would you do that, though? Why would you do that? To play Connectimals?
I remember that was so bad.
You didn't play Star Wars Dance?
I was just about to say, there was like a Star Wars game, and I can't remember what it was.
There was a song. Exactly. That's right.
Han Solo.
It's a real... Oh my gosh. Okay, I need you to see this.
Pull it up.
Oh my fucking
Yeah, no. It brings my joke full circle.
You guys are on such an autistic tangent, and I'm not there yet. And I'm not used to this. Okay. I remember that song now. Thank you for ruining my day. Now I understand. Every day, I get closer and closer to understanding why Harrison Ford hates Han Solo.
Because every day we grow further away from God.
Yeah.
Do you think God hides because he's scared of what he's created?
You said this last week.
I say it every day.
Why buy a comic that might cost more than a dime? Come meet the brothers who are here to waste your time.
Welcome back to the Dime Comic Bros podcast. It has been a long time since I've been on this show.
Like 2 weeks.
Holy cow, it's been forever.
It's been like 2 weeks.
It's been so long. Especially since I had an actual working voice. Spencer's taken it easy on me the last couple of weeks. It's been great. My name is Jacob. I'm joined by Spencer and Collin.
Hi.
Why is Collin not autistic today?
I don't know. Spencer and I are the retards. And
I'm caffeined out and I'm nicked out. So
and no sleep.
And no sleep. I've had 5 hours, I think.
Wow.
Maybe less. I
Nice.
can't remember.
Why would you be like that?
I went to bed at
Right.
like
Wow.
2:15,
I'm not capable of driving.
and I woke up at 7.
I didn't say that.
I'm not gonna want to leave.
I'm not gonna want to leave when I get home.
You're such a 12-year-old.
You're
No,
such
I'm not. That's a normal adult. Wow, that's a normal adult thing.
You're such a married couple. Get over it. Hold
I'm
hands.
literally going to grab his dick and bite it off.
Jumping into the news, we have an exclusive.
Hand. There's the retard we know and love.
Love is a strong word.
You fucking love me. You can never say that you don't love me. Because we all know that's not true.
He's getting so upset. From comicbook.com. As one era of Black Panther comics ends, another is about to begin. Comicbook.com ended 2022 by breaking the news that Academy Award winner John Ridley was exiting Black Panther with issue 15 in March. The current story arc of Black Panther, titled All This and the World 2, revealed that T'Challa's childhood best friend Jai is the person behind his sleeper agents being exposed, which led to his exile from Wakanda and the country's civil war. While we don't know how that story arc will end, we now know the creative team stepping in for a new volume of Black Panther. Comicbook.com can exclusively reveal that the new creative team on Black Panther is writer Eve L. Ewing from Ironheart and Monica Rambeau Photon, and 2023's Marvel Stormbreakers artist Chris Allen from Miles Morales' Spider-Man. Black Panther is relaunching with a new issue 1 later this year. I find it very strange that John Ridley's leaving this run so early, because it's like the first arc. It's weird. It's in the middle of a thing, you know?
It is quite weird. I just wonder where he's going.
It's really popular right now. He's been on like at least 2 DC titles continuously for a while, so who knows?
I have no idea. Exclusive from thepopverse.com. Is this about Funko Pops?
No, it's, thankfully.
Wow. The 4-issue, The Seasons Have Teeth, comes from creators Dan Waters, known for his Lucifer and Arkham City work at DC, as well as Images' Homesick Pilots, and Sebastian Cabrol, who worked on the Anthony Bourdain-written Hungry Ghosts, and takes place in a world where seasons aren't just periods of time or changing weather systems, but something altogether more terrifying and potentially glorious. So, New England seasons. I swear it's going to be summer again tomorrow.
Probably.
It snowed yesterday.
The
The publisher's advanced description of the title runs as follows. In a drab, colorless world, the seasons bring change. Whoa.
Drag.
Andrew, a retired conflict photographer, lives a life steeped in regret, pain, and sorrow. When the seasons arrive, each one embodied as powerful god-like creatures, everything for Andrew begins to change. As he risks everything to track down spring, summer, autumn, and winter, he can't help but hope that capturing the perfect picture of each will help him find his redemption and maybe, just maybe, bring color back to his world. What is your issue? Can I help you? Did you have a good point, or are
No.
you just being...
No, I was just staring at you and then staring at your dick and then staring at you and staring at your dick.
Joke's on you, my dick is tucked right now.
I know. I can tell.
Dan has created an incredible landscape filled with both mystical and earthly creatures, says Cabral via a statement from the publisher. It's a unique take on something so marvelous as the idea of wild and sentient seasons. As an artist, I'm having a great time exploring this world. Waters adds, I'm overjoyed to be writing this book for Sebastian. From the dark depths of winter to the joys of summer, he brings such wonderful nuance to both human emotion and monsters, and in The Seasons Have Teeth, we are bringing you both in abundance. The series will launch in April 2023. That was a lot of words for a weird idea.
I'm looking forward to this. That's why I nailed it,
Wow.
because it sounds cool.
You know what else he nailed?
Your mom.
Yeah, how'd you know? I did one of those out of the blue at work, and it was like a nasty one. And Hills was like, "Joke's on you! I've got 2 dads."
Oh, I love it. I've got 4 dads.
I said, yeah, I got 4 dads. I saw him at the crosswalk, and I drove up, and I slammed on my brakes, and went, and then he's like, and then I was like, and he's like, and then walked away. It was great.
That's awesome.
I love doing that to my coworkers. They're like, oh, it's just fucking Collin.
Yeah, exactly.
From StarWars.com, is the dark side stronger? Darth Vader certainly seems to think so. StarWars.com is thrilled to announce a new Marvel miniseries featuring the Dark Lord of the Sith, Star Wars, Darth Vader. What's that?
Collin learns what punctuation is.
Hyphen, like Spider-Man. Hyphen, black, white, and red, with your first look at the cover of issue 1 from artist Alex Maleefinson.
What do you mean like Spider-Man? I don't get that.
Spider-Man.
Hyphen, man.
Ah!
Big brain joke!
That was good.
Thank you. The 4-issue comic anthology, an extension of the popular Black... Oh, I already said that, didn't I?
No.
No?
No.
Why did I do that? The 4-issue... God,
you are dyslexic.
You can't even swear right.
I actually think I might be, because I've had this problem ever since I was a kid. My brother and my dad are like, what are you fucking dyslexic? And I'm like, I don't know. The words kind of switch sometimes.
I think you're just special.
That's what my mommy tells me. My grandmother, Nani, has always known that I was autistic, because she was like, from a young age, when I was a young age, she was like, you need to get him checked, because I think he's autistic. And they're like, no, you're being mean. And then now I'm like, hey, Mom, Dad, I think I'm autistic. And they're like, oh, I guess your Nani was right. The 4-issue comic anthology an extension of the popular Black, White, and Blood series that has followed the histories of other favorite characters like Wolverine, Deadpool, and Moon Knight will include stories written and illustrated by a team of renowned authors and artists, including a 4-part story penned by Jason Aaron. Aaron previously wrote the first installment in the relaunch of the Star Wars flagship comic series in 2015, and the Sith-centered Vader down the following year.
The thing is, you've got little hyphens, you got big hyphens in there.
A hyphen is a hyphen.
No, look.
A hymen is a hymen.
Oh my god.
See,
bro.
Big hyphen, little hyphen.
A hymen is a hymen. So,
I don't like you.
One Vader quote. What?
It pisses me off at work when they call it tack.
I say tack.
4-tack issue series. It's like, what's a tack? That's a thing you push through paper into the wall.
I say tack because it's faster than hyphen.
Or you could just say the words how they're meant to be said.
Well,
and
they're not words.
Say
They're
the
numbers.
punctuation.
They're numbers. So
Whoa! Say the numbers.
So, no, because you need to say tack so everyone knows that hey, there's a hyphen in there. That's how it works.
Then
I'm so close to punching you in the balls right now. Yeah. One Vader quote from the spin-off ranks among the writer's all-time favorite lines. All I am surrounded by is fear and dead men. Yeah, I knew they were going to say that! I fucking love that line. That line is so... That goes so hard. It makes me hard.
he needs to go back to school.
Give me a second.
You know, if you keep reading, like it.
Well, wait, I
It
know.
snowballs.
Hold on. What's? Why can't I remember that? I'm not working today.
Quote.
That's the word.
I thought he was
Wow.
losing it at getting hard at the sight of Darth Vader.
No, if you just keep talking, it snowballs and it gets easier. But if you interject a squeal every other word,
I just think
then
it's
you
fun.
make it harder on yourself.
I'm having fun.
I don't think you're having fun. Your blood pressure's through the roof right
I'm
now.
having fun. It's funny to me.
I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
That was sometimes I really wish we had a shitty camera just like off.
I know.
Well, that's what we'll do. We should get a security camera.
Yeah, that should be the video on our YouTube. Just security camera, and you just see Spencer going like a little monkey man that he is.
Picks his ass and then his nose. And then his teeth.
Oh,
For real.
You guys are disgusting.
And then he starts playing with his toes. Look at him right now. He's fucking Bare ass, no
Stop.
socks.
I live
only
here.
feet. He's only wearing his feet. No socks. No socks.
I live here.
He's gay. Quote, that moment from Vader down is still one of my favorite things I've written during any time at Marvel, end quote. Aaron tells StarWars.com, quote, I loved getting to let Darth Vader cut loose with all his power in such an epic way. I couldn't pass up the chance to reveal in the dark side again and put Vader in an even more perilous situation. Perilous.
Thank you.
That's wow. Why did I get to perilous? What the fuck is that? Perilous. That's spelled wrong.
And Darth Vader is reveling in the dark side, not revealing.
You're so retarded.
Did I say revealing?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said reveal.
Where is that?
Reveal
The next
in
line
the dark
up?
side, not revel.
Okay. Restart. I couldn't pass up the chance to revel in the dark side again and put Vader in an even more perilous situation. ... And then see how he carves his way out. End quote.
You did a great job on that.
Thanks, Dad.
I think this is cool.
I like anytime Darth Vader gets to just wreck shit in a comic.
I will never complain for more Darth Vader comics.
One of the best runs that they have done was the was it Dark Visions or whatever? It was like a 4-issue miniseries of anthology stories. More of that would be cool, and the fact that they're making this an extension of the
Black, white,
the
and
Black,
blood.
White, and Blood thing.
Yeah,
Means we're
yeah.
getting a treasury edition. Big fat book. From
Do you wait?
Monkey.
Do you think they're gonna do more Star Wars Black, White, and Blood books?
Probably not. I feel like because the fact that they're already toning it down to just black, white, and red because, you know, Star Wars doesn't have a lot of blood and, you know, lightsabers cauterize things is probably an indicator they're just going to do it with him. If they do like a random Sith anthology, I will not complain.
They could do another one, Darth Maul.
Like
That'd be fun.
the more interesting comics they've done have been kind of random tidbits of information about random people. Like
Random
the age.
tits.
Do you think they could do Dooku?
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
you can do
oh,
anything.
fuck yeah!
You can do anything. It's just a matter of whether or not they're gonna actually do it.
Right.
If it's gonna make enough money.
That would be cool if they still did, like, it was Count Dooku, but him as a Jedi, too. Like, so say it's, like, black, white, and red, and, like, they're all, like, separate issues. They're all separate stories. You could have some of them as him younger, and his lightsaber would still be red.
What color does Han Solo's blaster?
Red.
Black. All right, so you could do him too, I guess.
Most blasters are red.
This is true. I just think
Except
if-
for, like, prequels where, like, the
blue.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think probably if they're gonna do more focusing around Sith characters would be interesting because that's
Yeah.
where most of the best lore nuggets and like most internet digestible things that just get thrown on TikToks. Like that's where most of that comes from are like the Age of Republic books where it's like 8 pages about this character, just random information that's like fun and that's it. You know? It they just kind of throw shit at the wall.
Lore nuggets.
Yeah.
That's probably why I like comics more when it comes to this stuff, because you don't have to have just, like, words about, like, them. You could just see shit in the background that there's like, hey, this is from Star Wars, and we haven't seen this in a while. I'm going to throw it in there. And everyone's going to freak out over it, but it's literally just like, hey, remember this? Yeah, that's it.
Collin keeps trying to justify why he doesn't read books. It's very funny.
I read books. They're more like gay-ass philosophy books, like Diogenes.
From CBR.com.
I'm going to throw shit at you from my barrel.
I'm
And
gonna-
then I'm going to pluck a chicken, and I'll put it in your face and be like, see? Man. You plucked flightless chicken.
The fuck?
He said semen.
Semen.
It would have been funnier if you had plucked a rooster and then shoved a naked cock in my face. That would have been funnier, you idiot.
Why do you think about cocks all the time? Are you gay?
You're the one bringing up chickens!
He's literally from Greek mythology. I mean, have you seen his curly-ass beard?
Oh my god.
And his bald head?
Dude,
Can we
have
continue?
you
He's like Kratos or something.
have you literally seen your own hair? You look like the fucking Greek femboys that all the soldiers would come back and like rail. Shut up.
Wow.
That was aggressive.
It's
he
true.
He went there.
Shut up.
Wow. I think that got me to shut up. Next time, shove your cock in my face, why don't you?
Wow.
Jeez. Can we continue?
No.
From CBR.com. The newly... Shut up! I can see you thinking! God damn you. I said com!
You just say cum.
No, I fucking don't.
Yes, you do. You say .com all the time.
Colin, you say hyphen.
And that's different. At least I'm saying what it actually is and not cum.
You don't
I'm not thinking about cum all the time.
I didn't say anything. I hear it every single time, and I have to bite it back, but I don't say anything.
Yeah, you bite that back.
Oh my gosh.
I call the From DC one.
Because it's small.
Because it's Batman.
From CBR.com, the newly released Lazarus Pit Assault on Krypton #1 makes it clear that the groundbreaking character of Naya Null/Dreamer is in the DC universe to stay, and writer Nicole Maines, who first brought the character to life on the CW Supergirl, couldn't be more excited. Ahead of the release on Assault on Krypton #1, Maines sat down for an exclusive interview with CBR alongside co-writer Lee Williams. When asked what it was like to get to write Dreamer into the larger DCU and put her on such a large stage, Maine replied, "It's so exciting for me, first of all, because it imbues me with a lot of hope, because there was a time when I was very afraid for the success of this character." I did not trim down this article at all. It was also in 2021 that Maines brought Dreamer to the world of comics, penning a story starring the character for that year's DC Pride anthology. Notably, however, said story, titled Date Night, was still set within Arrowverse continuity. Dreamer made her proper DCU debut 1 year later in Superman Son of Kal-El 13, with Maines co-writing the issue alongside series regular Tom Taylor. Lazarus Planet marks Dreamer's latest adventure as a member of mainstream DC continuity. The character is also due for a return to the Arrowverse, with Maines confirmed to be reprising her role as Nia Null in the upcoming 9th and final season of The Flash on the CW. I quite like this character, so this is fun.
I don't know the character at all. Have you been keeping up with Lazarus Planet?
No, because I'm poor.
We
Priorities.
keep bringing it up in the news, so that's why I asked.
It's the current event.
I see.
It's very strange to tie Dreamer into that specifically, so I'm curious how that's gonna work out, but it's cool that the character's like in regular continuity now. Dreamer's fun. I don't know. Fucking precognition. Like, come on.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
From Marvel.com, this June, Loki will unleash his unique brand of mayhem on the Marvel Universe again as he takes center stage in a brand new solo series. Loki will be a 4-issue limited series written by Dan Watters, known for Sword of Azrael, Arkham City, and whatever I talked about last time, in his exciting Marvel Comics debut, and drawn by acclaimed artist Germán Peralta, known for Black Panther and Maestro. This exciting new chapter for the God of Stories will introduce a collection of ancient Norse weapons Loki crafted in his mischievous past. When they're scattered throughout the realms, including Nidavellir, Kree Space, and Earth, Loki must track them down to prevent them falling into the wrong hands. Throughout this twisting journey, readers will see Loki go head-to-head with iconic Marvel villains, provoke Earth's mightiest heroes, and be forced to confront the dark truth that lies at his center. It's hard to say what a delight it is to be making my Marvel debut, even more so to be doing it with the God of Stories himself, taking him all the way around the Marvel Universe and back again, Watters shared. I can't wait for all to see the beauty Germain's art is breathing into this tale we have to tell you, full of magic, danger, and if Loki can't help himself, he can't, quite a smidge of mischief. Loki is one of the most interesting characters, not only in comics, but also in mythology, and his ambiguity in all aspects of his life makes him a very interesting character for an artist, Peralta said. I always say that I really enjoy drawing villains, but Loki has everything. It was love at first sight when I read the script. Dan is amazing, and I'm sure he's having a lot of fun with it too. I can't wait to draw Loki's expressions, since there are always double intentions with him, and it's going to be very entertaining to play with that, as well as everything related to this universe. Having the opportunity to draw Loki is undoubtedly a beautiful way to start the year. It's going to be a road full of challenges, but I'm sure it's going to be a great journey.
I think it's weird that they're only giving Loki a 4-issue.
Yes.
Seems like it could probably warrant like an ongoing.
How is he going to go around the universe in 4 issues? That's either going to be a lot packed into it or not
lazy
enough.
ass writing.
Wow.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Read your article, please.
From DC.com, Batman's rational mind and unparalleled fighting skills are put to the ultimate test when an ancient force threatens his world and everyone he holds dear in Batman, the doom that comes to Gotham. Available to purchase digitally and on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Combo Pack and Blu-ray on March 28th, 2023 from Warner Brothers. Discovery Home Entertainment. The all-new feature-length DC animated movie puts Batman up against Lovecraftian supernatural forces, threatening the sheer existence of Gotham, as he's aided and confronted along the way by reimagined versions of his well-known allies and enemies, including Green Arrow, Ra's al Ghul, Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, Two-Face, James Gordon, and more. David Tortellini, Grim A Million Little Things, reprises his Batman Soul of the Dragon role as the voice of the Dark Knight in this all-new 1920s-based DC Elseworlds tale. Tati Gabrielle, from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina Uncharted, makes her DC animated debut as Kylie Kane. Is that right? Sure. Debut as Kylie Kane, Batman team. What the fuck?
Batman's closest ally.
Oh, Batman's closest ally. What the fuck was that? Batman T-Man. Alleviating the action. Oh my fuck.
Collin, I think you legitimately need to like go through like a class for like words.
I'm someone who writes a lot.
You might be dyslexic.
I actually might.
I think you're just rusty.
He's not used to reading.
No.
Sure.
You don't have to
Why do
read
you think
it.
it takes me so long to read?
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to read if you put the
I'm-
words on the page yourself. It's the loophole.
Elevating the action and drama are DC animation veterans Christopher Gorham. Christopher Gorham from The Lincoln Lawyer, Insatiable as Oliver Queen, Patrick Fabian from Better Call Saul as Harvey Dent, John DiMaggio from Futurama, Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire as James Gordon, and David
I can't help you on that one.
Macaroon from Dune, The Suicide Squad, and Ant-Man as Grendon. Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham will be available on March
you already
28th
said that.
to purchase. Blah, 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 blah. Synopsis inspired by... Okay. Inspired by the comic book series by Mike Mignola, Richard Pace, and Troy Nixie. Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham is a 1920s-based tale that finds explorer... okay, I'm making sure I didn't read that already. Because it sounds familiar. Alright. Inspired by the comic book series by Mike Mignola, Richard Pace, and Troy Nixie, Batman the Doom That Came to Gotham is a 1920s-based tale that finds explorer Bruce Wayne accidentally unleashing an ancient evil expediting his return to Gotham City after a 2-decade hiatus. The logic, science-driven Batman must battle Lovecraftian supernatural forces threatening the sheer existence of Gotham, along the way being... I said that!
Including Green Arrow, Ra's al Ghul, Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, Two-Face, James Gordon, and Bruce's beloved wards. Wow.
I didn't see that in the trailer.
A trailer released. And it looks good-ish.
Good-ish? I think the animation looks really freaking good.
I'm just entirely hyped.
Yeah.
I'm nervous because the story in and of itself is kind of rough, like as a read. But that's been one of the things that when DC nails the adaptations, they're kind of better, which is really the thing that a good adaptation should do, is it takes all the strengths from the original source material and then makes the weaknesses better. Because like the other versions, like Under the Red Hood and Dark Knight Returns, I know those ones were a while back, but like those were arguably better than the book that they were based on. The Long Halloween one recently was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was really good.
And that was it, like just tightening up ship, you know, is like a really good thing to do. And I think it's interesting that they're getting to the point where like they're kind of digging through the bin to make more movies. Like they're getting to the point where like they're getting to like weird stories like this, which is cool. But like this one might need it because the book is kind of rough. It's weird. It's got a lot of cool ideas, but it was kind of a rough read. And I think the animation kind of shows that it has a unique style to it, which is most of their movies that when they have a unique style to them, they're not either in whatever ongoing continuity style that they have or like generic current DC house style of animation. They tend to be better, you know, because like Under the Red Hood had its own unique animation style. Dark Knight Returns had its own unique animation style. A few of the ones recently have. Son of the Dragon wasn't that great in my opinion, but the voice actor was really good in it, and that also had its own unique animation style. So like,
Year One looked good.
well, Year One is another one. That was another one that was it's when they have a specific style for the thing, it's pretty much always good.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to it. Also, just like because Green Arrow has sword. I like how front and center Green Arrow looks in the
Green
trailer.
Arrow doesn't look like Green Arrow. He just looks like a fucking knight. I mean, I think.
Batman doesn't look like Batman because of blah, 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 blah.
Moving on.
From Marvel.com, this April see the thrilling mission that turned Groot into one of the galaxy's greatest defenders in an all-new limited series. The iconic hero will headline his very own solo series that will reveal his never-before-told origin and depict his first breathtaking battles. Launching with Groot #1, the series will feature the momentous return of writer Dan Abnett, known for redefining the Guardians characters and Marvel space as we know it in his acclaimed run of Guardians of the Galaxy and epics like Annihilation and War of the Kings. Abnett will team up with rising star Damian Cachero, known for his work on Ghost Rider 2099 and X-Force, to take readers back to Planet X to explore Groot's early days and uncover the truth about his home and species. Groot's thrilling journey across the galaxy will see him cross paths with the original Captain Marvel and introduce the distant ancestor of a fellow Guardian. The series will hit stands just in time for the next era of Guardians of the Galaxy, written by Jackson Lansing and Collin Kelly and drawn by Kev Walker, which we talked about 2 weeks ago. Announced last week, the all-new Guardians of the Galaxy ongoing series will kick off after a mysterious threat known as Grootfall sends the intergalactic heroes to never-before-seen reaches of the Marvel cosmos. While details about Grootfall have yet to be explained, fans can be assured that it'll strike at the very heart of the Guardians and usher in a tragic fate for everyone's favorite tree-like alien. 2023 is shaping up to be a defining year for Groot, and both series will complement each other in surprising ways. Before he was a guardian of the galaxy, before the Grootfall, young Groot lived a life of tranquility on his serene homeworld. But when monstrous invaders attack his planet, Groot must accept his heroic destiny. But will this destiny lead him to come to blows with a young Kree soldier by the name of Mar-Vell? This looks pretty cool. I like it when there's like dual runs going on that are like in different time periods, but about the same thing.
Yeah, they kind of tie together. That kind of bugs me.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
a little bit. Because then I feel like I have to get both and follow both to get the whole story.
But would you rather have the run every other issue switch back and forth between Groot random adventures and like the main ongoing story? Or would you rather have them be separate books?
I would rather this Groot run be separate entirely and not tie into, like, if it's in a different time, then how does it connect? It seems forced.
I think you need to read it and then you'll see how it works.
I think they're trying to force a connection so that you buy both.
Jacob, you know that's called writing fiction, right?
Whoa.
That's just writing. You can make things, you make them. You don't retcon stuff, you're doing the writing.
April Fool's Day, I'm buying a bumper sticker that says pretentious asshole, and I'm slapping it on his car.
I'm sorry, I kind of agree with that.
You're getting it too!
Wow, the next writer on the run changed things. It's just writing the fiction.
Obviously, a comic line changes writers, but to do to go way back in time and show me young Groot doing young Groot things, and then have that tie into the current run, freaking 100 years in the future, seems forced.
Jacob,
Why?
What's your favorite Thor run?
Ah!
What's your favorite Thor run?
I've only read one. That's not fair.
Well,
That takes place in 3 time
it's still
periods.
entirely fair. Because if you really liked that story, then
It takes place in 3 time
Yeah, and
periods.
it jumps around.
Yeah,
In the run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think
Yeah.
is going to happen at the end of this Groot series? It's going to be relevant plot information to what the fuck happened.
But I didn't have to buy 2 timelines, did I?
by 2 what?
2 runs.
Because they were written by one writer.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You guys suck. From Marvel.com, hotshot writer Benjamin Percy has proven to be a master at crafting hair-raising sagas for Marvel's most hardcore anti-heroes. This summer, he'll bring together his hit runs on Ghost Rider and Wolverine in an explosive new crossover. Ghost Rider, Wolverine. Weapons of Vengeance. The story will kick off in August's Ghost Rider Wolverine Weapons of Vengeance Alpha, where Percy will team up with acclaimed artist Jeff Shaw, known for Thanos and Guardians of the Galaxy, to reveal Wolverine and Johnny Blaze's first encounter, back when Logan was still learning what it meant to be an X-Man, and Johnny was still reeling from his demonic transformation. The pair fought side by side against a terrifying supernatural threat. Now, in the present, Wolverine is on the run after the shocking events of Fall of X, while Johnny is following a path of destruction. Their paths will collide again when their past enemy resurfaces deadlier than ever. Do Ghost Rider and Wolverine have what it takes to put them down once more? And what secrets will they uncover when their hunt leads them to an ultra-secret and hellish branch of the infamous Weapon Plus program? After Ghost Rider Wolverine Weapons of Vengeance Alpha, the story will unfold in the pages of Ghost Rider 17 and Wolverine 36 before coming to a fiery end in Ghost Rider Wolverine Weapons of Vengeance Omega. Wolverine is metal. Ghost Rider is metal. Together, their adamantium and chrome weigh in as heavy metal, Percy explained. That's metal math for you, Collin. None of that gay math shit. Get that gay shit out of here. We're doing metal math now.
If a straight man kisses a gay man, it's not gay. If a gay man kisses a gay man.
2,000 years later.
This is the epitome of walking up to the whiteboard that says alien and then adding an S to the back and then putting a line through it to make a dollar sign. I love it.
You know how Metallica and Iron Maiden have toured together, shredded out songs, wailed on music videos. This is a little like that. I write the sheet music, and Jeff Shaw brings to the pyrotechnic, guitar-smashing life. You're in for a head-banging good time, I promise.
I'm going to be reading this because I'm currently reading the Ghost Rider line.
Yes,
and I
you
really
are.
like Benjamin Percy's writing.
And you really like Ghost Rider.
I do. But I'm going to actually buy the Wolverine issue that ties into this because I think that's cool. They had a... Wolverine appeared in like issue 4 or something for a little bit. That was pretty cool. I did not know that Benjamin Percy was writing the current Wolverine run, so that's cool. Just, I'll take the 2 action figures and then we smash them together. That too.
Oh.
Yeah, just kind of like, I like it when writers do that. They're like, hey guys, I make you money. Can you let me do something? And then, Marvel's like, fine.
Yep. Yes.
I think it's cool. I like metal.
Collin. What you got? What you do this week?
I read Batman One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze.
Oh.
Yes. Here we go.
So, like all the Bad Days books, they center around a villain.
Yes.
Mr. Freeze.
Whoa.
The story is like it's Christmas. Batman wants to go punch him, but Robin's like, no, let's give him a chance and give him a little space so he can work on a cure for his little wife. And then Batman's like, not all of them can be saved. Some of them just need to be sent away into a deep, dark hole.
Okay, Batman's having a boomer moment.
Yep. And then he's like, not even one person? He's like, maybe one. Mr. Freeze, I see something in him. And they give him a little laboratory that's, it's a little laboratory. They have cameras everywhere, and they're watching him, and Mr. Freeze get all angry because he can't make it work. And then he goes boom, and he explodes the whole place, and then becomes evil Mr. Freeze again. And then Batman and Robin are chasing after him, and blah, blah, blah. Batman's like, oh, you gotta come with me. This is be only mission. And Robin's like, we're either partners or we're not. Which I actually kind of liked that line. And then we go... In between all this, there's, like, flashbacks of, like, Mr. Freeze and his wife, and, like, when they were younger, and, like, before the accident happens, and all this stuff when she got frozen, and you're like, oh my gosh, they're in love. But here's the twist of the story, folks. He's been manipulating her, and he didn't want to share her with the world, and he's a little cucky boy, because he doesn't want to go out, and he's like, who you been with while you're out? Those your friends out there? Who you been fucking? And, so yeah, and they even her friends try to, like, actually come see her in the hospital when she's, like, dying, and he just, won't let them in, and his wife doesn't know, because he keeps telling them that they're nurses. Yeah, I don't like this book. I don't like this issue, because my Mr. Freeze is a sad boy who misses his wife and was a really good husband. Not I'm controlling, which is fine. It's a good, it's not, I don't like it because it's bad. I don't like it because I don't like it. It's not bad in any way.
It's because you don't like Mr. Freeze being a little cucky boy.
Yes, I don't.
I like the fact that when Collin manages to pull enough neurons together to actually describe the plot of a book, it's only when he's doing it in a mocking manner. It's the only time you're able to describe a book in, like, under 10 minutes. It's impressive.
That's very true.
Only when you're making fun of it.
Yeah.
You're like, and they do this, and they do that. But if it's something you like, you're like, oh, I don't know, booby. And then we're lost for 10 minutes listening to you.
Yeah. I don't like it. But then by the end of the book, he, like, gives Robin, like, the real cure or whatever, because this whole time he hasn't been curing her on purpose. He, like, has her frozen in this, like, little abandoned place, and where he freezes a bunch of birds and, like, animals for her, because he's like, oh, she'll never be lonely like this. And I'm like, that's creepy as fuck. And I'm like, that's cool. I kind of like that bit, but, like, I'll give it that. I have nothing bad to say about that, because I'm like, okay, that's kind of rad for the story.
How do you like the art?
Hold on, I'm getting there. And I thought it was cool that, like, he did know, like, the cure for it or whatever, but, like, he just never did it. That's cool. At least they didn't just do, like, yeah, I just froze her and I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. That's what I thought was happening. But it ended up just being that he just wanted to keep her frozen and, like, away from the world forever. So I'm like, okay, fine. I like it now, but it gets, like, gets a 3 out of 4 out of 7 for me. But the art, I kind of like it. Batman's kind of fat Batman.
Is that a good thing?
It usually is fine when he's, like, older, but this is Richard Grayson Robin that we're talking about.
Dick.
And I feel like Batman would be smaller or, like, younger to, like, he looks just, like, fat.
Not like Batfleck, big, chunky.
No, like, fat. Like neck fat. Like, when you see his, like, forward face, it's like...
Jowls. Like...
It's bad.
Neck, beard, neck.
Yeah! It's like neck, beard,
Yeah.
neck. So, I fucking hate Robin's suit. I didn't pay attention to the suit at all. Like, I didn't really care because I was like, oh yeah, these are basic costumes. And then I looked at Robin's closely. I'm like, oh, there's, like, black sleeves and, like, black, like, cloth in between like the green, and I'm like, that's cool. And then I looked at his chest. I'm like, is that R centered on the fucking chest and it's like connected to the cape? What the fuck is that? I hate that shit. That shit makes me so fucking angry. Robin has an R on his chest. It can be on the left or the right. I don't care. But he can't have a fucking bird on his chest or a fucking centered R.
I was leaning over because I was confused why you had a Max book on your shelf. I was like, what? What's a Max book doing on your shelf? But it's the Hellstrom one.
I stole it from you.
It's fucking stupid. I hate that costume. It's so fucking dumb. I keep seeing fan art of people doing like Robin and they give him a fucking bird on his chest. It's like, fuck off. Fuck you. You fucking 12-year-old.
Dick was 12.
Age 12. Dick size 4 inches.
You started it.
You did start it.
Not really.
Yeah, you
You
did.
did.
You absolutely set him up for that.
You did.
Not intentionally, anyways.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, you don't like this one. Got it.
But their one was way better.
That's because they came out the gate with the best one.
Do you think he does that during sex?
Oh, I definitely fucking do. You're scared to moan in your girl's ear. I'm in her ear like, and I just turn into Goofy.
It's been so long, he doesn't remember.
I actually got laid. I got laid
I don't
Sunday.
think Jacob cares.
I got
No.
laid. I got laid Sunday.
I was waiting for Spencer to be like, you think he gets laid?
No, that's why he's making up stories, because it's been so long. It's an
Right.
ancient memory.
Oh, got
It's
him.
ancient memory.
You want to ice it?
No! I don't want to ice my balls!
Spencer, what did you do this
He's
week?
just gonna keep rubbing them and.
I'm just holding them! Jesus Christ! You're the one who shows up in gray sweatpants every week.
Stop staring at my cock.
Stop wearing gray sweatpants!
Stained gray sweatpants at that.
This is true. Well, okay, Heather Gray is really easy to stain.
I just haven't washed them in like 2 weeks.
Thanks for
That's
that
normal.
information. You're making it worse.
Mine are actually clean, but they're work pants, so they look dirty.
I expect jeans to look dirty.
Damn, bro.
I just touched your feet.
Why would you do that?
I don't. It was like. It was. What's the word I'm looking for? It was instinct to grab his feet.
Ew.
I have to fucking rub it off on you.
Why? Don't rub one off
It was
on
like
me,
so
you disgusting
cold.
whore.
His feet were. I'm gonna rub one off on you anytime I fucking want, bitch.
Sure.
Especially when he's thinking about my feet.
My feet are so cold.
Jacob's cold.
Always like that. My toes.
He has a condition.
My fingers and toes are always cold.
Really?
I'll have like thick wool socks on.
He
and
has that old man
they'll be
condition.
ice bricks. Yeah.
Don't tell him to eat a sandwich. That's not the problem. We've been through this.
What the fuck?
I read The Wake. I borrowed this from Jacob a while ago. So when I got it for free, it's the hardcover edition. That's all 10 issues. There are no monkeys in this book, Collin. They're mermaids.
No, but if
It's
Collin,
not just me doing it, him.
if Collin read this, he would be making the sex noises.
Probably. It's written by... I want a compilation at the end of the year
Of all the sex noises?
just him moaning. It'll be hours worth of content.
I would love if like at the end of this year we made like a best of.
We do.
We do?
Sort of, yeah.
What do you mean sort of?
I mean,
I send him funny clips and
Yeah.
then he puts them in
Oh,
the thing.
okay, I didn't
we
know
throw
that.
stuff together, but I mean, I don't think it's like the true best of, but
That would take way too much effort.
yeah.
So this is written by Scott Snyder with art by Sean Murphy.
He's allowed that one.
It was a quiet one. You can keep going.
I can't think when you're making sex noises in my ear.
I'm not surprised.
So basically, the first half of this, the first 5 issues, are one story, and the second half, The other 5 issues are a different story. They connect, but they're very
That's how
different.
fiction works.
It's true.
Hey, that's how a story works.
I know.
That's how a story works.
I know.
You make 2 parts of the story connect.
Yeah, and then they make yeah, there you
And
go.
then make babies.
Yeah, basically. So this is about mermaids, sort of. There are lost. It's like missing link aquatic people stuck in a phase between monkey and non-monkey. It's the whole thing.
Spoopy mermaids.
They're very spoopy mermaids.
They're sea monkeys. Like the
Sort
little
of.
ones I got from in the comic books that I could order through comic book.
Let him do his review, please.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Collin, they're kind of like sea monkeys. they do have apish qualities. So the first half is set in like vaguely current day. It follows some scientists being like, "Oh, we found a thing. Oh, let's go look at the thing." And then it turns out the mermaid goes fucking Joker mode. Summons lots more mermaids, and they just go Joker mode and kill a bunch of people. Basically.
And then they combine to create a super mermaid.
There's a like mega. It's like a Megazord type mermaid.
I thought you were fucking around.
They don't actually combine. They just wake up their daddy.
Okay.
There's a big merman. Big merman. The first half is the interesting half, if I'm being honest. The premise here is really freaking cool. It's super bizarre. I like missing link type stories. It's really fun. This is very Sean Murphy art, and it's very Scott Snyder writing.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the best and worst ways possible. It's extremely exposition heavy. It's the weirdest shit you've ever heard.
Or seen.
Yes. And then, so, like, you get really attached to some things, and then there's some things that don't make any fucking sense.
And it's the most amount of vehicles you've ever seen in a panel in your life.
Absolutely.
There are there's so many space cars.
It's a double wide of just every kind of vehicle known to man.
You showed me that. I remember seeing that.
So the second half is then in the future based on, after the mermaids go Joker mode on Earth and, like, what the fuck happens and what people are like then. And then it's a lot of, socioeconomic politicking about different factions, and then they kill the mermaids and shit. I think this is more like a proof of concept book than a full book. It won an Eisner, and I understand why, but this definitely feels like 2 guys who I think are like friends, and they're like, we got some crazy shit, and then they shove it in a book, but it's really unpolished. Like, the art is really good across the board. There's phenomenal designs. It's really well shadowed. There's lots of deep colors, unique, cool stuff. I've never not liked a Sean Murphy book in terms of visuals. And Scott Snyder's writing is fine here. He's a really good ideas guy, but he's not the best at coming up with individual lines of dialogue or interesting characters for the most part. So it just kind of makes for like a weird read. And the 2 halves feel so disconnected that they feel like different stories set in the same world. And it doesn't make sense for them to be one singular book, but also why are there 2? I hate duologies. It's a personal peeve of mine.
I read the first half in one sitting and the second half in another sitting, and that made it gel a little bit better, but it was definitely a hard disconnect.
It was
between the 2.
very strange. Like, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be like, you can't do that. It's just, I really don't like duology type stories. I like trilogies. It makes my brain happier.
It's just a sudden shift. It's like,
Yeah.
and now we jump ahead 10
And
years.
now
It's
people
like,
are purple. It's
what?
like, what?
Yeah.
It's such a big jump. It's good. I'm going to get a copy at some point in a paperback for like $18. I believe this is an Image book.
Yes.
So what you're telling
Vertigo.
me.
It's Vertigo. So it's technically a DC book.
So if you're telling me.
Stop touching me.
So what you're telling me is that this could have been Planet of the Apes, but in the ocean.
Did it?
You could have done it backwards in a way that would make it like that. You could have done that.
Did it bother you that the super smart main character didn't know what an HDMI cord was?
I just thought it was funny. I thought that was a good joke.
Huh.
There's definitely some humor in this book I do
What
enjoy.
year is this made?
2013, 14?
He didn't know what an HDMI is.
She doesn't.
She doesn't know the super smart lady doesn't know what an HDMI is.
But she knows the sound of a mermaid.
It
Oh, she's not a tech person.
yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't matter.
It's a strange book. I really liked it. It was definitely worth borrowing before just jumping right into buying. I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to discuss.
It's weird.
It's weird. It's really weird. And
I had a
usually
hard
weird-
time talking about it. I was
Yeah.
like, I want to like it so much. I like it a little. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah. Definitely. If the second half was a little bit more like the first half, I would have been a lot more all over it because the first half was like near 5 out of 5s across the board, and then the second half was like 3 out of 5. It's just not a tonal disconnect I'm into. Meh. It definitely just kind of feels like a proof of concept book. It's like, oh, what if we did this thing? And it's not like, it's like a brain worm that they had. And they're like, we need to get it out of our heads. And then they get it out, and it's like, oh, wow, look, it won an award. What the fuck? You know? And then they just kind of drop it.
I love the concept of brain worms. That's like that is like one of my favorite like headcanon of life for everyone. It is the funniest shit. I just had like it's autism. That's what it is. I just had this little brain worm, and I need to listen to what he says. I need to listen to the commands, the little thoughts he gives me.
I liked it. I'll buy it at some point. I'd recommend buying it. It's definitely something I'm going to revisit. Jacob.
Thanks for asking. I read Green Lantern Earth 1, Volume 1.
So you see, Jacob, I really like this book.
I've been sitting here for so long.
We actually need to start telling him to hurry up, because when it was just me and him, as much as I'm an asshole to him, I just can't get myself to tell him to hurry up anymore. Like, when we first started doing it, I was an asshole.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah, so like I don't want to do it.
But it's the same thing for you with your autistic interjections, so. I read Green Lantern Earth
True.
1, Volume 1, written by Karina Bechko and Gabriel Hardman, and arted by Gabriel Hardman.
Well, thanks for sharing. I will share mine now.
Okay, cool. 6 issues, I think? No,
No,
sorry.
it's a graphic
Yeah,
novel.
it's a full story. It's set in Earth 1, so everything you know about the lore doesn't count. How Jordan is a spaceman and he's exploring space and stuff, and then he finds a crashed ship, and he picks up a ring and goes, "What's this thing? Huh, cool," and throws it in his pocket, and then they get attacked, and he's like, "What the heck? This ring is doing weird things." He finds Kilowog because he found a ring too, and they're trying to figure out like what the heck these rings do, and they are fighting manhunters, but not the shape-shifting one that you know from Justice League, the cartoon.
Manhunters from Justice League the cartoon.
But not Martian Manhunter.
No, but they're called Manhunters. In
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They're in that too.
Yeah. So they're fighting those guys like crazy, and they find some lore about Oa, and something happens. Somehow, Hal Jordan gets imprisoned. And it turns out that he's actually on Oa, and like the great Citadel planet of Green Lanterns of yore has become like a slave planet, and that was really cool because I'm sure Spencer found great political dialogue in that somehow, somewhere. I don't get it. Yes, it is very, very good. It looks so hot, so hot. It.
Best Earth 1 book.
I'm working with idiots.
Green Spaceman.
There are a lot of themes in here. It's fun to read a very, very long story that's not broken up into issues. It's like one book. It's nice and skinny. It's a nice read.
You know that we have a
good
term
read.
for that.
Shut up.
They're called graphic
I
novels.
was not using it because you used it first. And I cannot admit that you're right.
What do you call it?
The hardcover is $24. I think the paperback is $15 or $20. And I got it for $4 digitally. Heckin' steal. I will definitely buy these at some point and read them again. Very, very good. 5 stars. It's a nice texture on the cover too.
These are some of the only hardcovers I've ever willingly bought. They're so cool. They're so pretty, and they all match each other.
I was gonna say your Batman ones are hardcover.
Yeah.
Batman Earth ones.
All of the Earth ones are hardcover, and the Teen Titan ones are purple. They all match.
Interesting.
Makes my brainworms happy.
I knew going into this that you had said the Green Lantern ones were the best of the Earth one, so that's why I jumped on it, especially for $4.
That's a steal.
Wicked.
I'd read like a turd for $4.
Collin.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
1 second. Collin.
He's having a moment.
Okay.
Someone's asking him very serious questions.
Where are you? Are you alive?
I don't answer those. I really don't.
I don't answer those like I get those all the time.
I used to. So I watched 2014's Robocop because I remember watching like parts of it when I was younger and being like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. And then I remember watching a couple of the old ones and I was like, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna pirate this. So in 2028, Omnicorp is at the center of robot technology. While its drones have long been used by the military overseas, their use is forbidden in American law enforcement. However, Omnicorp gets a golden opportunity to crack that market when Detroit cop Alex Murphy, played by Joel Kinnaman, Joel Kinnaman, is critically injured in the line of duty. By transforming Murphy into a cyborg, Omnicorp executives hope to take in billions for the shareholders, but they forget one thing. There's still a man inside the machine.
Dave for gore.
Oh no.
Dave for gore.
I've been wanting to get into like Robocop for a while, and I felt like that would be a good place to start for me because
You're an autistic Zoomer and you have to watch the remake.
well, no, it's because you're distracting me with playing Pokemon Go right now. It's so I can't not watch people play Pokemon. I don't know what that is. How do I say this? I've been watching older movies recently, and so I decided to like shake it up. Shut up! Listen to what I have to say. Oh my fucking word! I've been watching older movies recently. And so I wanted to change it up and watch a 2014 remake. So I want to start with Robocop 2014. And I already went into it knowing that like most people hate this, and like I even talked to Spencer. I'm like, hey, what do you think of this? And he's like, I kind of missed the point. I'm like, okay, I can kind of see that. It was a cool shooty thing, but sometimes weird. He looked really cool, I think, but he looked a lot better with the silver suit.
The black suit on the poster is better.
I like the silver suit because I like the old Robocop look a lot more.
Well, yeah.
Duh.
But if you're gonna make him look cool, then you go with the
He
cool
looks cool
option.
with silver.
The old RoboCop does not look cool. He looks like a
Yeah, he
fucking
does.
dork.
He's cool looking.
He's cool because the design's cool, but it's not like he's cool.
No, I know. Shut up. You're not helping. I'm gonna fucking slap you in the balls again, you fucker. What the fuck are you doing? You're both so distracting. I haven't even gone to like what the point of this movie is.
I'm protecting my balls with the radiation from my phone.
So as far as I can tell, RoboCop initially from sources that RoboCop is basically a cop bad analogy and like cop bad everything. In this movie, it's more like, look at this man persevere through everything he's been through, and but it also kind of sees that like they're not. I don't think they're going by the law actually with like everything. I mean, obviously not with what happened, but I mean like himself. He has the entire like police department like history in his like brain feed because he's a cyborg. He's literally brain, lungs, heart, and a left hand. Why simply a left hand?
So he can't jerk off with it.
Why a left? That bugged me. I'm like, just a left hand.
It makes it harder to please his wife because he doesn't have his dominant hand.
Get good.
It's true.
I do better with my left.
That's a huge problem.
So he taps into that like all the time, and he's allowed that for some reason. That's not illegal for him to be going out and getting people even though they don't have warrants for their arrest. And then this movie's just kind of weird. It's basically just like, hey, look at this guy. This would be cool if we had cops like this, right? Right? And it's played by like an actor that you guys like, right? Right? Because he's like a human, right? Right? And his family's a part of this. And like, as far as I'm aware of sources, RoboCop's like kind of has no emotion except for the feeling of I have no emotion and I'm sad about it type of thing, kind of like Robot Man. And there's kind of not a lot to say. It's just, look at this cool cop looking shooty, and he's fighting corruption. And then there's these guys that are on television talking about how we need militarized police, but there's no one. It's supposed to show that like they're not smart and they are bad because they're trying to root for Omnicorp. But like, you can, if you're smart, if you have eyes, you can see that they're not the good guys. They're trying to militarize the police. But no other forces are like standing against this like movie station saying that we need to militarize police, except for like a senator, and he gets cut off like immediately. So I don't know what kind of fucking message they're trying to send out there.
So I can summarize it in 2 sentences. This is what happens when movies have to partner with megacorps to make them make movies, and you have to partner with the United States industrial complex. Like, this is why Marvel movies don't critique the military at all, because they want to get military funding to borrow the tanks.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. So the movie willfully obscures its own message to, like, lampshading the problem instead of doing it, like, actually saying anything about it, because money.
Yep. So I'm excited to watch the first RoboCop soon.
It's really
I
good.
think I'll like it a lot.
The effects have aged perfectly and horribly, and it's great. It's
I expect that from old movies, but but for some reason I love that shit.
Oh, it's good.
I love that shit.
Being able to see the craft put into a movie, even if it hasn't aged well, is always better.
Yes, it
It's
is.
so good.
So Spencer, what have you been consuming? I'm referencing Wakanda Forever.
Oh my god. So I read Batman Joker's Asylum. It is a collected edition reprint of 2 different collected editions, because there were 2 volumes. You know, sometimes comics uses the term volume in different ways. You know, you have the new runs are referred to as volumes by like publishers, basically. So this is like a reprint of a reprint of a reprint. It's basically an anthology collection of what if Joker told stories about other people in Arkham? And that's basically it. Each story is a different creative team. I'm not going to go through all of them. And it's framed as you, the person reading the book, are like talking to Joker, and he's like, Lamau, let me tell you a story, buddy. Yeah. So the actual stories, it starts off with a Joker story. I did not like it. Joker basically takes over a game show and is like, haha, you guys are the crazy ones. Not a fan. Didn't like it. There's a Two-Face story, which basically is Two-Face meeting like a firefighter who looks like him because he also got fucked up, but for different reasons. And the firefighter goes Joker mode and just kind of loses his mind. This one was fine. The Penguin one is Penguin backstory, basically. It's wow, the pretty girls made fun of the fat kid. I like this one. There's also the Scarecrow one, which was phenomenal. Scarecrow teams up with a crazy girl, like a teenager, you know, the ugly girl that no one wants to hang out with, and they team up to terrorize a bunch of teenagers at a house party. It's fucking sick. The art is insane. Big fan of that one. There is a Poison Ivy issue, which is Poison Ivy going into real estate because she doesn't like humans. It was a good story, but it's a really weird premise. So those are the first 5, and then there's the second half. There's a Clayface story, which I didn't really like. It's has a cool concept. Clayface, being an actor and whatnot, he takes over a movie theater, and there's a cult. It's a whole thing. It's a neat idea, but it's not that great. The Riddler story is pretty interesting. It's all right. Riddler tries to make someone fall in love with him, and he stops being weird and creepy, and then he's like, "Aha! See, I've made you fall in love with me." And then it turns, because doing that's creepy. Actually, they don't fall in love with him. It's a whole thing. It's really weird. There is a Harley Quinn story. It's just about Valentine's Day. She's like, "Oh my gosh, guys, go get me all the stuff I want for Mr. J. And oh my god, we're gonna have a date." And then he stands her up, because of course he does. There's a Killer Croc story, which I really liked as well. He escapes from Arkham Asylum and he becomes an enforcer for a mob boss. And then it turns out that the mob boss's wife really wants to fuck Killer Croc. It's very weird. It's a whole.
surprised.
It's so weird, dude. I really like that one. There's a Mad Hatter. Shut up. There's a Mad Hatter story, which is just the Mad Hatter sitting in a room writing a fucking story like he always does. Nothing exciting there. That one was fine. On the whole, I like that these were all collected into one book. This kind of feels like a progenitor to the current One Bad Day thing, just with less thought put into it, as a publishing initiative. It just kind of got thrown out there. I like that all the stories have different creative teams, like with any good anthology book. It seems like some of these were not very well thought through, and some of the teams just aren't good picks. I bought the book for, I think, $25 for the trade. It's worth picking up on sale or picking up the individual issues. Because this was originally published in the mid-2000s, tracking down the issues might not be that cheap of a thing. It might be kind of pricey to find them in decent condition. So it might just be worth buying the book for certain stories. Reading this online might be a good option for a handful of the stories that are really, really good. So it kind of ends up leveling out. There's some bad ones, some good ones, and some great ones. And it's like, wow, the book as a whole, if you average out the scores, is a 5 out of 10. Holy shit.
The book.
Every anthology book ever, that kind of just goes down the middle of the road. I liked it. It's just weird. It's a weird progenitor to a bunch of stuff we have now, which I find more interesting than the actual stories. Jacob!
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
I read Green Lantern, Earth 1, Volume 2.
Holy fucking shit.
I know! Made by the same creative team. So it jumps forward in time, and Green Lantern is good at Green Lanterning, and suddenly there's yellow lanterns that pop up, and his Green Lantern friends are like, "What the heckin' are those guys?" And then
love how he says that.
See, he can do a summary in a retarded voice, and it makes sense.
I can too.
No.
Only if I'm making fun of it.
Only if you're making fun of it.
I don't know why.
Because you're dumb.
You're dumb.
I know I'm dumb. If I read Batman books, shut up, of course I'm dumb.
Yeah.
there's a Guardian that had originally made the Green Lanterns, and he said, "Oh no, I don't like the Green Lanterns because they're doing good with it. I'm gonna change the formula and make it stronger and better,
Back to formula.
and make them yellow." And then he offers the Green Lanterns yellow rings because he claims they're better. And some people go to the Yellow Lantern Corps, and some people don't. And they fight, and Green Lantern fights the Guardian because he finds out he's evil. This one seemed thinner. It was harder to follow, even though it's simpler. It just felt like it moved slower than the first one.
More plot, less story.
Yeah, I guess. It was just like
You can't admit I have a point.
it I would say less plot than the first one, but it just moves slower.
Question.
Hello?
Is there only one Guardian
No.
in this book?
There's only one that's live and kicking around, but there are definitely
He
more.
killed all of them.
I think they're in a different universe or
Well,
something.
I just wanted to know if
He's not.
I figured he's not the only one in existence, but
Yeah.
I was wondering if he's the only one that we see.
I don't remember.
A lot of Green Lantern stories do that. They're like, the Guardians are all dead. Oopsies.
Yeah.
There's just one, and he's
There's
bad.
one left, and he bad.
They do that a lot.
I don't know. This one kind of seemed like it was lost in the plot a little bit, even though the plot is simpler. So it kind of felt like it worked harder to get to the same end for like no reason. I don't know. It was really weird. It still looks hot, really, really hot.
This looks amazing.
Yeah, it is. I still gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, despite not coming close to the first one.
The run is dead, and my heart is dead along with it.
You're just mad because there's 2 books instead of 3, like every other Earth 1 story.
Well, yes. Of course I want there to be a third one. I want them to continue, but the creative team's like, we're fighting. No more books. And then DC apparently is probably killing the imprint quietly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Shut up!
The prices are the same: $24 for hardcover, 20-ish for paperback. I got it for 4, digitally.
Whore.
Don't do that when I have coffee.
That's what you deserve.
Ow!
Well, at least it's better than having a shitty third book like Batman Year One or Earth One. I mean,
This was a very enjoyable back-to-back read. I'm very happy.
I think that's better than getting a third one where it's like, oh, we're skipping into the future. Now he has Batman, Robin. There's the Sack Man. Killer Croc's here still. And also, who's this guy? Oh, I'm nobody. It's literally the Joker who's got, like, no hair.
You are the
He's
sack
still
man.
so butthurt about that book.
I am very butthurt.
I have all the same opinions as him. I'm just over it.
Well, I just really
It took like
liked
8
Earth.
years.
I really liked Earth 1 for a little bit.
You are the sack man. Collin, last one.
So, I read Hellboy in Love, volume number 2.
Whoa.
Yep, I didn't know it came out yet because I didn't see it on like the new shelf.
You're not doing your weekly Chainsaw Man episode?
Don't encourage him!
I'll do that instead. Thank you.
I'm gonna call you a slur.
Okay, so what are we on now? Chainsaw Man number 4.
3.
No, we said 3 last time.
I don't think so.
Right, yes, I know because it's in my search history.
We could just include the 20 minutes of audio. From the
Okay,
episode.
so the Leech Devil guesses that Denji killed her man. The Bat Devil. The Devil finds Denji cute in her type, so she decides to let him go. However, the Devil intends to kill Power and Meowie. Hearing that, Denji prepares to fight, and the Leech Devil states that if he does that, he will also die with them.
What is a Meowie?
Meowie's the cat that they saved last week.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, this chair's creaky.
It's
as
not
fuck.
a furry, it's an actual cat.
It's an actual cat.
Okay, good.
Power really likes cats.
This is acceptable.
And Power's like, if you save me and Meowie, I'll let you touch my boobs.
Yeah. I remember this now.
Yep. And then he's like, oh, my dream is so powerful, I want to touch the boobs. And like he's actually winning, and he's using his chainsaw powers, like instead of just using like an axe that he has. He takes the ripcord out, and he becomes all Chainsaw Man. The chainsaw's on his arm and his face. And he's like, running around, chopping things up. And eventually, boom! The Leech Devil has like their fucking tongue straight through his chest into his asshole. Not really in his asshole, but it's through his chest, and he's about to die. And then all you see is a hand making a fox face and going, "Kong," and it bites into them. And it eats them all, and it eats the leech all up, and it's a giant fox head. That's Fox Devil, because Aki just appeared. And Aki's like, you stupid bitch. And he starts slamming around with his sword and going, and defeats the Leech Devil. And then after that, I can't remember. But yeah, that's basically it for that episode.
Our personal reviews should just be rebranded as retarded reviews.
Yeah.
Our personal talking points or retarded reviews.
I can't really remember what else happened in that episode. I think that's literally
Did
it.
you like it?
Oh, I loved it. Oh! Wait a minute! I think in this episode also, at the very end, Denshi's talking to Makima in her office about something for some reason. And he's like, I don't really know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to do this. And then she motivates him by taking his hand and putting it on her boob. And she's like, if you do things for me, I'll do things for you.
I love coercion.
Yep, she's manipulating him and grooming him. This is a 16-year-old boy, fellas. Everyone listening. And this woman is like 20-something. Yep.
Definitely not statutory rape.
No, not at all. I mean,
Not yet.
Of course, the 16-year-old boy doesn't care because he's touching boobs for the first time, and he's horny as fuck. So, yeah,
How many episodes are in the show?
10.
there's 12
We're getting
in
there.
the first season.
We're almost there.
In the first part of the season.
We're a third of the way through.
There's 12.
Spencer? Last one.
I read Solo, a Star Wars story, graphic
Han
novel.
Solo.
adaptation.
Han Solo. It's your fault.
It
It
is
is
your
so
fault.
your fault.
I read the comic book version of the movie. It's 7 issues, written by Robbie Thompson. So it's an adaptation of the movie / the original script. Illustrated by Leonard Kirk and Will Sliney. Basically the same thing happened with Rogue One. This is way too short and not great. It's cool to have like a comic version of the thing, but adapting like a 2-hour movie into 7 issues that are all like 30 pages is really annoying. Star Wars comics have this issue where all their issues are pathetically small. Like a lot of them. Instead of it being a normal 44-page, even a 64-page would be cool, but like 44 is the default thing. Marvel books all have ads in them, which then cuts down to like 30 real pages. These books are even smaller than that. So there's 7 issues, and this trade is like the normal size of like 4 issues. It's fucking tiny. It's just not enough time. It cuts out so much stuff. It hyper focuses on weird details. There's nothing in here that isn't in the movie. There is no cool details that like the movie novelizations have, where they take details from the script that weren't included in like the actual edited movie, and they include them to the story. It's cool, and those are cool. The comics cut out so much stuff. The art is really vague, and I don't like it. It's hard to describe. It just kind of feels like there. It feels like, damn, this is a comic book, and that's it. I have no real feelings on it. It's cool to have on a shelf, but it's a waste of money.
How is the artwork?
Fine. There's nothing. It's a style like the Rogue One book. I don't know how to describe. It's definitely all digital. I don't get it. Sometimes the faces are expressive. Sometimes they're not expressive. Sometimes the colors pop. Sometimes everything's muted and flat. They all seem rushed. They seem like someone cranked this out over a weekend, and I don't like it. It was like $18 for books because Marvel trades are fucking expensive, and this is worth like 10 at best. It's 20 minutes worth of speed reading. Like, they cut out 90% of the dialogue because movies have dialogue and they want to get to the action in the book. So then they just have 4 panels for an action sequence. Like, what the fuck? It's so minimalist. It's insane. It's the worst way to experience this movie. I'd rather watch it like backwards on mute than read these books. They're a waste of time. At least that would be memeable. This is like... So you're telling me you included the part of the movie where they go, wow, you have no one? We should name you Han Solo. You know, the shit that everyone hates? They include those things, and then they cut out every good quiet moment that exists in the damn movie. It's just dumb.
Huh.
I'm glad that they stopped with these, because they were dumb. I don't like it.
Han Solo. Han Solo.
Basically that. Just, why?
Yep.
Why does this exist? Who is this? Who is this for?
Yes.
If you read the Star Wars comic books in continuity, you watch the movies or the TV shows or whatever. I'm really hoping that the Mandalorian adaptation that they're currently working through is not like this, because that's, at least because it's a TV show, it's much longer. It's like, I think 2 issues per episode or some shit. Like, maybe that works out better. Hopefully. But I don't get why they do this.
Well, since you asked, I read Department of Truth, Volume 4.
Holy fucking shit, bro.
The Ministry of Lies.
God damn, you keep beating me to everything.
Aha! That's because you're trying to beat down your backlog, and I'm like, I read a book this week.
I am the backlog.
Still written by James Tynion IV and arted by Martin Simmons. The main character... What was with the Italian hand? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, you're Italian.
No, I'm not.
You're Italian.
No, I'm not.
It smells like cannoli. You're an Italian. You're breaking your mother's heart.
I'm fucking Irish.
Jacob,
the
Department of Truth
exists.
exists.
The main character from the story. The story in total has followed Cole. He's having some real-time doubts about what's going on and who he's working for and what is actually happening and who's the good guys and who's the bad guys. And then he is letting work bother him. He's not getting along with his husband. And they're like, we should go on vacation or something, try to relieve some stress or whatever, try to get your mind off work for a while because it's really wearing you down. I feel that. It really spoke to me this week. Why? The main character, Cole, is like, yeah, sure, maybe eventually, but not right now. I gotta go on an adventure. So he goes on an adventure for work, and we don't really see a whole lot of that adventure. I hope that it's explained more in issues to come. But while he's away, the Black Hat Corporation, basically Spectre, the anti-company of whoever Cole works for, the Department of Truth, finds his husband and says, here's what's actually going on, and tells him most of what his husband, Cole, has been doing, but puts their spin on what the truth is so that Cole comes home and they have an argument about what's actually going on. A lot of personal drama. The Department of Truth knows that he got picked up by the Black Hats, and so Cole says, here's a really crazy idea. When he gets home, he's talking to his husband, who's actually a reporter, is like, I gotta post a freaking story about this and tell the world. And Cole says, yes, that's a good idea, but here is my boss. Tell the story from our side. And that's how the book ends. There wasn't a whole lot of weird stuff happening this book. It was a lot of personal and work drama.
Yes.
Which is interesting, because it makes you, the reader, wonder who is actually telling the truth.
Holy fucking shit, bro.
And that's pretty cool. I like second guessing and triple guessing and quadruple guessing, because I don't know what's going on. It's still fun to read. 5 stars. I cannot get enough of this series. Every time I get a new volume, I read it in one sitting. Like, it just burns so quickly. It's so good.
Hot. Go get me the fruitiest drink on the menu.
They literally say that.
It's the
The
funniest
fruitiest drink, I think, is what they said. I was like, it looks fruity. I mean, it could probably be a gin and juice.
It's like the most redneck dude you've met in your life. He's like, go get me the gayest shit they have. It's so funny.
He literally says it.
So he's always getting like cosmopolitans. It's great.
That is our show. Thank you to our patrons for going to patreon.com/dimecomicbros and signing up under one of the 3 tiers that we have available. We have Jeff Lawrence and Caitlin paying us way too much money for what they actually get for it. It's amazing that they stick around and actually kind of like our show. And
Give me
like
money.
Us.
Money.
It's really weird. I'm not used to having attention.
Money.
It's weird. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Jacob discovers
It's
being
like
perceived.
I'm waiting to be sent a bill of actually no, that's not how Patreon works. You owe us $2,000.
That'd be funny.
You got free book from from Patron.
I know. I'm so excited. Thank you to Jetpack Comics and Games in downtown Rochester, New Hampshire. That sentence is burned into my brain. I will be 120 years old, wishing for death on my deathbed, and it won't come, and I'll have like dementia, and my great grandkids will be like, "Were you in the war?" And I'll be like, Jetpack Comics and Games in downtown Rochester, New Hampshire.
I hope to God that happens to you or one of us. Happens to one of us. It won't be me, because I never say it. It'll be one of you two. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
One of us should be cryogenically frozen before then, so then that person can come out of the pod after the war and be like,
Where's
we should
Jetpack?
we should do a podcast. So we'll be doing one with Collin's gravestone because he killed himself. And then I will be 25, and then Jacob's 120.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
we'll be doing it with your ghost. How about that?
Yeah, I'll definitely fucking haunt you.
And then Jacob will just be doing the bit at the end.
He'll just have dementia and he'll just be going.
To be fair, Collin, you would hate doing this as a ghost because you wouldn't be able to like assault me the whole time.
No, I'd possess
Last
you.
time I was at Jetpack, I got one of those cool stickers with Kyle's face on it, and like no writing, it's just Kyle's face. And that was when I decided that I'm actually going to commence with my crusade of slapping Jetpack stickers all over my place of employment. I'm gonna start with Kyle's face. Kyle's face is gonna end up in a bathroom somewhere.
I think that's gonna
a
be
scary thought.
I think there's a very fun way we could phrase that, and we should tell him. I think he'll find it very enjoyable.
Especially because he used to work there.
You used to work there? And now he works at Jetpack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just Jetpack?
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to finance.
Yeah, he's living the life
I need to
that we
figure out
all
how to fucking
aspire
finance.
for.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I think he's basically trying to become the next owner.
Oh, shit.
I think he just really hated his job.
Yeah, that too.
We've had that conversation many times.
Yeah, but the money's pretty nice.
Jetpack.
Then
is-
why are you still broke?
Jetpack is cool. We like Jetpack. They like us. Again, with the weird
maybe.
attention thing.
I don't know.
Can we please wrap this up?
Yes.
Editing it is going to be a bitch. Next week, we're talking Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Right? Yes.
The
cool.
golden shower.
Hellboy, the Piss Man.
Oh boy. Yes, we will.
How else is he supposed to put Liz's fire out?
Oh my gosh. Don't. Piss is flammable. Bro, bad idea.
That's okay. He's fire resistant.
No, he's fire retardant. There's a difference.
He's fire retarded.
Frictionless spherical cows. You don't know about this
Never
meme?
seen
It's
that.
great.
Let me see.
They're cows.
That's awesome.
That they exist in a void, so there's no friction. They're just balls. No one knows where it came from. It's just really weird. There's a Wikipedia page for this. How do you not know about it?
I don't know.
You just know all the weird, vague shit.
Yes. Hit the button.